Welcome back to the Unpleasant Thoughts Podcast. We got another interview. It's your boy Sly the Guy.
Shampoo, aka Big Shampoo.
Of course, Suge Midnight.
And we got a special young lady with us today. Go ahead, introduce yourself and tell us what you're bringing today for us.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kayla. You can call me Kayla, either or. It's not even. I'm not even tripping about either. But I am the creative director of Welcome to DC, and I'm pretty much here just to promote Volume 2 of the new season.
And what can they find you on your platforms? Your
Where
platform.
can they find me?
Yeah, your platform.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can find me at either my personal page at You Proud of Me, So Proud of Me, or my business page at Welcome to DC.
All right, thank you for coming out.
So you said season 2. Season 2. Can you tell us a little bit about season 1?
Whew, so season 1 was a roller coaster ride, but I just want to first start with thanking everybody that supported season 1. It was a great run, honestly, and it was just a project and an initiative to pretty much bring light and enlighten everyone on the side of DC that the media doesn't show. Like, everyone is familiar with the White House and the politics and everything, but what we all know about, I'm not gonna say the dark side, but I'm gonna say the side of it that we all know and love. So,
I guess the cultural, the real
Yeah.
culture.
real culture.
The day-to-day side of it.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So what made you want to get into that?
So, alright, so honestly, I'm gonna start with what I was going to begin with. Are you all familiar with Side Talk NYC?
I heard that before.
So that's
It's like when you talk on the sidewalk, right? They do
remember
something, yeah.
Joe Byron?
Yeah.
We started that pretty much. So I was watching that, and I was just saying, like, we have a lot of funny people in DC as well, but Side Talk NYC, it kind of dwindled away, and I wanted to have something that would be here for a long time for the most part. So yeah, as I was saying, Side Talk NYC, that kind of dwindled away, so I just wanted something that would be here for generations and generations and have something that was more motivational and inspirational rather than just comedic.
So what gave you that confidence to be like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and just like, because it takes a lot of confidence to just go talk to random people, like, hey, look, I'm going to get your opinion on something you don't know.
That is so true. That's so true.
It might go wrong. What? Who the fuck is you? You know?
That's true. Honestly, you're right. I definitely did have to build a lot of confidence to try to go out there and put myself out there. And it's not just me putting myself out there. It's the people I'm interviewing putting themselves out there too. So it's just a matter of just throwing myself out there, honestly. And it kind of went somewhere. It took off, for real, honestly.
The areas that you chose to focus on, how did you come about those, and what were like some of the areas?
So with that, as we all know, DC is a little crazy. So
It's a nice city.
cool city,
It's a
cool
nice
city.
city.
So with the areas, that was a sensitive, very, very, very sensitive topic for me, considering a lot of the feuds that go on here. So honestly, I keep it at trying not to get into any of that or like whatever they got going on. I just try to stick to mostly what's your talent, what are you here to try to tell the youth, what are you here to make different, what are you here to change for real, not what's the negative stuff you do, you know.
The hot topic.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Definitely.
what was the significance of seeing like the actual whole thing come to fruition? Like, what, like at the end of it all, like what validated you in saying like, I made the right choice in doing this?
Honestly, saying the numbers, because I'm like, I'm like, okay, if people really do want to hear this, people do want to see this, honestly. Because it's just like, and as well as just seeing everything unfold and like in the middle of the interviews, just like seeing the interviewee just go full out and tell their story. Like, because some people, just meeting them, they're not really going to tell you much about their life for real, because they don't know you from a can of paint. They don't feel like they want to really share that side because they don't know how you're going to take it and they don't really feel like they really have much of a voice, but I show them that they do have a voice, and this platform is to give individuals and show us Black people that we do have a voice, because much of us feel like we don't have much of a voice, honestly.
Everybody need a little bit of talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what would say one of your biggest moments from season 1? Like your biggest moments, like the wildest shit you probably heard, or like, whoa! I'm asking the question, I got to answer. I was like, oh shit.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the gentleman Juvie that I interviewed, and I didn't know he was locked up for so many years because of his intellect and how he could articulate himself. I'm like, he was locked up for how many years? And that's why they call him Juvie, because he was locked up
Since he was juvenile?
Yeah,
Oh.
he was locked up since he was young, and that man, he had a gift for real, for real. He was put here to inspire, and that day, I think he was able to realize that, and I think this project helped me realize that too. Helped me realize my purpose for real, and I want others to realize their purpose through this project.
Do you travel a lot with these, or do you just like to travel? Because I seen your Instagram, you got the pictures, like I said, the likes, the people, the love. It's all a good thing, you know. It affect everybody good. Like you put in work, and you don't get no reward for it. Some people like don't worry about the reward, but you don't get no recognition. It hurts a little bit more. You know what I mean?
True. That's true. I would definitely love when I get the funds to travel with this, but I definitely do just like to travel. And through traveling, I just like to network to try to just get other opinions and other resources to try to make this bigger and better.
You ever interview anybody like out of state?
Honestly, no, because I'm just starting more so with
Homegrown?
local. Yeah, I'm starting local. Then pretty much once everything expands, I'm gonna just definitely venture out to other cities.
So
That would be
with this, I know you're doing Welcome to DC,
mm-hmm.
and let's say what's the vision? Do you see it going? Like, do you see yourself going like, all right, I had success doing this in DC. Let's take this now. Let's go. Welcome to Philadelphia. Like, let's share light on other places too. Like, do you see that happening for you, or is it just something you wanted to keep home?
Honestly, I have never really thought about doing that, but that would definitely be a great idea. As far as like me, I was more so thinking of doing like a docu-series more so strictly on the city, but as you say, expanding to other cities, that would be honestly a great idea.
How many neighborhoods did you cover in the first season?
In the first season, I just tried to cover every quadrant. So I did Benning Road area, I did Southwest, I can't remember what area in Southwest that was. I did 7th Street for Northwest, Northeast I did Deanwood.
And what will you be doing different in season 2 as opposed to season 1? What changes did you come upon?
So in season 2, I would like to expand as far as doing more like artists and like more talent as far as like not just individuals from like areas, more so people with businesses, I'm gonna say, and people that are like in the industry more so, and like people that have more of a platform than DC for the most part.
So who would you want to do for, like your first one? What if who would be your target? Like if you could go after that person right now and get them, like, you know what I'm saying? It goes to head, so you probably like, damn. But like who would you think of? Like, you know what? This could be a great interview that I would like in the future.
Okay. Honestly, if he was alive, rest in peace, Murray Burry. I feel like he would have been a cool person.
Hell yeah.
I feel like Murray would have been cool.
That would have been hell of a fucking
Let me see, as far as a live that I'm able to get.
everybody accessible.
So not just that you're able to get this, because that's
true.
putting
That's
yourself
true.
in that mind frame
That's
like,
true.
sets you off.
Thank y'all for that. I needed that.
Everybody
I needed that.
accessible.
Don't say yourself short.
Thank y'all. I needed that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Wale.
Wale, that's one we've been aiming for too.
For real, that guy is his intellect is different. And I feel like he could definitely inspire a lot because he has.
So you doing this, like, so you do this for the culture, right? And you go in these neighborhoods, so we like to say everything is a neighborhood and things go wrong. So like, you go in there with the confidence of like a lioness to interview people and like I said, different quadrants, different situations, but you go in there and not making it about their hoods, you're making it about their personal life, just them living in the hood.
Right. That's
So
true. That's true.
I feel like, are you bringing something up for like the youth? You trying to do like a youth thing too as well? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Honestly, so starting out, I want the people that I'm using to inspire the youth, and I would like to incorporate youth into this project too. But that's just something I feel like I need to do, like a little more, like I'm gonna say I want to say training as far as like working with you, because like as far as like dealing with different people, you really gotta know what you're doing as far as like going into honestly. And I would consider myself more so better with adults, and I'm still working on like just trying to, you know what I mean, just working with you, honestly.
How in depth are you trying to go with it? In terms of like, I watched a lot of like things like what you're trying to do on different platforms. And the most recent one I watched, they went like city to city, knowing about like the people's most like the foods that are like the hearts of the city. So they went to New Orleans, and of course you go out there and you see like beignets and you see all that stuff. So in here, like, are you trying to go with like what makes the city so affluent, like in terms of like the food, the culture, youth centers, like how in depth you trying to go with it?
Yeah. So as you said, like definitely I'm gonna say youth and like the youth, like the centers that we have, because DC has a lot of resources to offer, but a lot of people just aren't aware of them. Where I work, honestly, we have a lot of opportunities as far as employment, as far as like people getting grants. It's just that people have to, I'm gonna say, put themselves out there to get those resources, because it's just a lot of us don't know about them. So it's not even just about us putting ourselves out there. It's about them making them more available to us and for us to know that they're there. So I'm gonna say definitely, I'm definitely big on trying to do like community outreach. Honestly.
I feel like you were saying, as far as that, it's just like a lot of people aren't educated. So you could put $1 million in front of everybody right here, but somebody spend it, somebody invest it, somebody do this because they're not educated with it.
Yeah.
But the person who got the most education will probably making $10 million. And everybody else will probably be broke in the next couple of years. So I feel like there's a lot of resources in DC, and your platform, what you're doing, also you talk to like not random people, the people who matter, like the city itself. I would say the city, not no big personalities. I just call it the people, the general city. Like this is the city.
Right.
So you talking to these people, getting this information, and you say you work in the field. So I feel like my goal, like I can see your goal is like I feel like you get educated. So when you at the same time you're interviewing people, you can educate,
Right.
and also be like
Definitely.
somebody therapeutic. Make it seem
That's
like
true.
it's not too far reach for people.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
And just to piggyback off what you're saying, like definitely educating. And a lot of the people that I had met and interviewed, I still talk to them now. Like as far as trying to help them, like Juvie is in a program. A lot of people are familiar with, and a lot of people aren't familiar with Project Empowerment for felons to try to get into government. Actually, I think field that this is what you tell them that you would want to be in, they pretty much will help you get into it. So I helped Juvie get into that, and then he inspired his other Muslim brothers to get into that. As far as Miss Tanya, another young lady that I interviewed, she was saying we don't have any rec centers. Miss Tanya, I had said before, Miss Tanya, we do have rec centers. So I printed out a DPR worksheet just showing all the different rec centers in each quadrant, because she just was not, because she honestly just didn't know.
Yeah, that's like some people look around and be like, I don't exist because nobody shows you that. But like you said, I'm proud of you doing that still, like keeping in contact with people, because sometimes people reach out to people, they get that good energy, good vibe, and then the other person go about their day, because that's what they usually do, spread the vibe, and the person who got that vibe and got that good mojo from that interview was like, now I need somebody else to talk to. You know what I mean? I'm lost now, like, you know what I'm saying? I need some direction again. That's good, keeping up the community, keeping contact with the community as well.
So how important is it to you to I guess showcase everyone on an equal playing field? Like you have, of course, people who are a lot more financially endowed or socially endowed, versus like the quote unquote smaller people? Like how important is it for everyone to be on equal platforms so you can see them as they are?
And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because it's definitely important to do that, because we all are equal, despite what I guess we all each individually have going on. So with that being said, for the most part, what I do to ensure that is I bring everyone all to the same central location, which is my home. Because honestly, I'm okay with doing that, as well as asking each of them the same questions. Like, I don't switch up the questions based on what you're doing, what you're doing. You know, I ask them all the same thing for the most part. Like, it's that, what you said, that's definitely important.
I'm gonna ask you this right here. So, what do you see yourself in the next 5 years? It's not a long time, but it's a goal, right? It's a journey.
Definitely. So, in the next 5 years, I would see myself being more hands-on with it, and as I mentioned earlier, doing a docu-series rather than just being like on social media. I consider myself watching documentaries all day, all night. I just love like just showcasing different things that people probably weren't more so aware of, and I know a lot about DC because I'm from there, so I feel like I could start there.
As we go to the next 5 years, get that docu-series, put everything together. You got any up-and-coming projects?
Honestly, alone from Welcome to DC, no, because I'm just trying to focus on that because I'm really not that great with multitasking.
Yeah, it's a stressful thing.
Yeah.
Definitely stressful. And then you said Wale. So Wale, you heard her, right? You heard her, right? She reaching out to you, man. The city's calling back for the people who made it out the cities. You know what I mean? You got anything you want to tell anybody before we wrap it up for you today?
I just again want to thank everybody, and I want to thank you all for inviting me here because this was definitely an honor, definitely. And thank you all for the support and continued support for Volume 2.
All right. Shout out your platform again. Tell them to follow on.
Welcome to DC. We taking over, baby.
Taking over. All right, it's been a Pleasant Thoughts podcast. Your boy Slider got no lie.
Shampoo, aka
Something
shampoo.
Cool, you should be, man.
An
Thank y'all
alcoholic
again.
percentage. Yeah, cool.